Hello, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing a passenger airbag removal on a 98 Integra. This is also work for 94 through 2001. It's not hard, but it can be complicated if you don't know how to work with airbags or electrical in general. So let's get started. So your first step, which should be your first step working with anything electrical, but especially airbags, you do not want one of these blowing up in your face, is removing your negative terminal, because obviously, again, you're working with electrical. You don't want sparks, or you don't want this to burst in your face, because that can hurt, can shatter your windshield. Mine's obviously already shattered from a branch falling from it from when it was sitting out here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get inside the car and get started. So once you get in the car after disconnecting your battery, your very first step that you're going to do once you get in here is empty your glove box, because we're going to have to take this out in order to get under the dash, so you again can remove your airbag. If you guys don't know, this is the passenger airbag, so it's on passenger side. A lot of people delete these and go with like a airbag delete. It's just a tray. If you have a girlfriend, she can use it as her makeup tray or whatever, but I'm just making this car as light as possible. It's not going to be track or anything like that, but just because. So it might be hard to see. I guess the flashlight really isn't doing much help, but this is going to be two little clips on each side. You should be able to pull it towards you, sort of like that, on both sides. You might have to lift up a little bit. I'm using my leg to lift up on this, and just lift up, pull towards you, and it should drop down. And then you're gonna have screws. You either can undo these two, or on the bottom side, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get under here and see, there's two Phillips head screws on each side, or one on each side. There's two in total. You can just take those out and this whole thing should just drop out. So let me go ahead and get those and we can get back to it. So as I'm under here, I got a little bit of better view. So that will be one Phillips head on that side. You can see it goes on this side. And then there's another one somewhere right in here. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, right there. Which is going to be right by your OBD2 port. So, yeah, let me go ahead and get those. So after you get those two screws out, you should be able to get your glove box down. And then you can disconnect this. Which side it come out? It'd be easier if I clean my glove box, but... So once you get your glove box out, you're gonna wanna come over here, and there's this yellow wire or clip, connector, whatever you wanna call it, that goes to your airbag. So what you're gonna do is come under here and you're gonna pull this down. There's a little clip that just holds it in. This is gonna be really hard to do with one hand, so I might not be able to film it. So you're gonna take it out of this little blue thing, and then you can see this portion right here. You're gonna use two fingers like this, pull it towards you as you use your thumb to press on this to disconnect it. So let me go ahead and do that. Like I said, it's going to be really hard to do one-handed, so let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll cut back. Once you get that clip disconnected, you can come under here and you're going to see 4 10 mils, one right here, and then 2 above that. You're going to take those out, pull this bracket out right here, and then we can get up under here and get the bolts out that hold the airbag in. These are just kind of the bracket that holds the whole assembly together, and then we can get the bolts to actually get the airbag out. So let's go ahead and get started on that real quick. I'll cut back when I get these. Again, it's hard holding the camera and getting these. I don't have a tripod or somebody else to film this for me, so I'll get those real quick, and then we can get back to this. So now that you get that bracket out, there's going to be 2 more 10 mils. I don't know if I said it, but these are 10 mils. And you can see up in here, it's going to be kind of hard to see. There's going to be a 10 mil right there. And then let's turn the camera around over here, a 10 mil up there. So those are just straight up above this big, whatever you want to call this, airbag system, I guess. So one on the right, one on the left, or backwards, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those, and then I'll get to pulling the actual airbag out of the dash. So once you get those 2 nuts out under there, which just to let you guys know, the one on the left closest to the center of the dash, or the whatever you want to call this, the radio or whatever, that nut that's up on there, it will be hard to get to, or at least it was for me. I was going to use my impact like I was for everything else, but it was just so hard, especially, you know, if you leave the seat in, which is what I do. I recommend taking it out just for, you know, you can lay down this dash or this floorboard to make it way easier to get under this dash. But once you get under there, get that nut out. The last step to this, at least the last step for me, for taking it out, I don't know if it might be different on the 94s to 98. I'm not sure there's a 98 to 01, but that was the last step for me, other than just grabbing this and sort of prying it up, which is going to be hard. I'm going to have to go grab a flathead. Mine's really far in this dash and I don't really have nails. So it's going to be a pain to get this up, but that should be your last step. You can just pull this up, unless you're wanting to keep this top part to the dash and just kind of have that as your delete. But I'm going to get an actual carbon fiber delete tray. So yeah, but just for now I might just paint this black to keep it. So let me go get a flathead and pop this up and I'll show you. It should just come right out. So I went ahead and popped this out with a flathead. Just be careful because you can leave these little marks on your thing. The only way to really stop that is, again, I can't really do this one-handed, sort of just lay your screwdrivers like this, if you have one that has a rubber handle, and pry up. That'll stop it from leaving marks in your dash, which I messed up at first before I did that, but just a little tip. And then this should just come straight out. And be super careful with this. If you're going to keep it anywhere, keep the airbag portion facing up, and keep it in a cabinet that's rated for airbags. Yes, there's cabinets that are rated for airbags, especially for where I work in dealerships or whatever. You definitely want to not let these explode. So there you go. There's your airbag delete. But just for you guys that maybe, again, want to keep this top portion, what you're going to want to do is come around here on this airbag, take out all these screws, and just pry this top portion off of the airbag right here, and you can just gently set that back down in there. So yeah, there's the airbag delete. For now, I'm gonna go paint this glove box, because I'm doing blacked out interior instead of just buying interior. You can use paint from AutoZone. It's called vinyl and fabric paint. I think it's a like aerosol can, and then you can just spray and it turns out really good. As you can see, this stuff has like a really nice shine to it. It's dusty right now because this car has been in the garage for 2 months now. I've been trying to do brakes and new brake lines and everything, but it's just not coming together correctly. But there you guys go. There's that, and I'm gonna go paint the glove box. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and stay, but don't forget, like and subscribe for more content. So this is the vinyl and fabric paint I was telling you guys. AutoZone carries it. I'm not sure who else. Advanced Auto definitely does. Probably O'Reilly's too. But you can see I've just done 2 light coats. It's already covering it pretty well. You can obviously still see tan on it. But eventually it'll turn completely black. You just want to do 2 light coats, and then you can do 1 or 2 more heavier coats, and it should be fully blacked out. But I think once I put this back in, that should be all for today. Yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Again, like and subscribe if I can talk. It would really help me out. I may not have many followers or subscribers, likes, whatever you want to say, but I do really want to start getting started into this whole car content. I might make a video soon about how to bleed brakes or something. Right now the front brakes are messed up on this, so I gotta wait for the caliper to show up so I can make a video on that, of how to bleed brakes or whatever else it might be. Or here soon, maybe even replace rotors or pads. And then I also have the Civic down there that I can do some videos on. I need to replace the core support on it and the hood. It has no hood and a messed up core support, so I can make a video on that, and even make a video on here soon how to put this front end back together. I have the fender sitting up there, bumper sitting right there, And then I also can make a video on how to mount and balance tires possibly. I need to go get tires for those. I'm gonna take those to work. But there's a lot more coming for this car soon. I got a weld in the trunk here. We just did the floor pans recently. I didn't do a video on that, sadly. But yeah, there's a lot more coming soon, especially with like alignments too also. But yeah, again, thank you guys. But yeah, join back soon.